Good morning, Greyhounds, and happy Friday. Thanks for tuning into your morning announcements. I'm Neil Walker-Simmons.
And I'm Griffin Gonzalez. Here are today's top stories.
First, we'll throw things over to Jack and Timmy in sports, who will give us an update on the recent basketball games.
In news, Ben is going to be talking to us about the recent train crash in Virginia and the latest on the FBI memo.
And finally, we'll end the show with some in-studio and video announcements, along with a little surprise thrown in there.
And that will be a fun one. The date is February 2nd, and this is your CHTV Morning Announcements.
Well, Griffin, an exciting week overall, especially last night for the basketball team. No doubt about that.
Oh, Neil, what a ball game. That was double overtime with a very fun ending.
Yeah, definitely. We'll really look more into that when we throw things over to sports. But before we get into the show, please stand for a Pledge of Allegiance followed by a moment of silence.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Please remain standing for a moment of silence.
Well, Friday birthdays are definitely the best type of birthdays, and we have a lot of them to go through.
Yeah, I couldn't have said it any better, Griffin, but a huge happy birthday goes out to Jeremy Horner in science, John Travison in the CLC, and Jacelyn Black.
Bonnie Bostic, Shady Kella, and Paige Thompson.
Hope you guys all have a great birthday. The boys basketball team had an amazing game last night, and now we're going to hand things over to Jack and Timmy to give us an update.
Good morning, Carmel High School. I'm Jack Edwards, and alongside me is Timmy Dixon for your sports section for today. Before we get into that guys game, we're talking about the girls varsity basketball team because tonight they start their sectional season playing against Noblesville away at Fishers. They finished the season 22-2. What do you think their keys are going to be entering the postseason?
Well, the keys for this state tournament, Jack, are just keeping a level head. They're going to go into the tournament as a 1 or 2 seed, probably, in my opinion. And I think if they keep level-headed, play good team basketball, they can make a really deep run in the postseason.
And I'm switching up to the guys team. That game last night against Lawrence North, a great game, finishing 52-51 after a last-second three from Cole Jenkins in double overtime. And here's the call of that by 4-time IASB winner Griffin Gonzalez.
Just to sit down as they're trying to set their defense up. Lawrence North double teaming John Michael. They want the ball in the hands of Jalen Wang. Inbounds goes to Jenkins. 7.6 seconds. Clock starts. Jenkins at the top of the key. Driving in. Defense all over him. Drives in the middle. Puts up a three over 2 defenders. Gets it to fall! Oh my goodness! Cole Jenkins hits a 3-over defender for the win! Oh my goodness! 2 games in a row, 2-game winners, and Carmel walks out 6-1 in the MIC.
Well, that was a fabulous shot by Cole Jenkins to lead Carmel over Lawrence North, 52-51. He had 12 points, but Carmel was led by Andrew Owens, who had 15, and in the previous game against Newcastle, he hit the buzzer and had 27.
Well, it's been now 4 big wins in a row for the Greyhounds against Brownsburg, Ben Davis, and Newcastle in those previous 3 games, and then Lawrence North last night, obviously. And those 3 wins against Brownsburg, Ben Davis, and Newcastle, those are 3 strong teams. They handed Newcastle their first loss of the season. They're catching fire. I think they're really playing well down the stretch of the season.
Well, yeah, the girls swimming team started their prelims on Thursday. They swept almost every event 1, 2, 3 as they head into the sectional finals this Saturday. Be sure to go out and support your Greyhounds. Now back to you guys.
Hey, thank you guys. Hey, Carmel, be sure to vote in the Mr. Carmel Schools Choice election to determine who will be the 15th contestant in the 2018 Mr. Carmel pageant. The link to vote can be found at the Champions Together Twitter. Voting closes today at 2:45. We now send it over to Ben Heber for an update on Hoosier and national news. Ben?
Thanks, Griffin, and good morning, Carmel High School. I'm Ben Heber with your morning news segment. Well, an Indiana congressman is being called a hero for his actions after a deadly train crash in Virginia on Wednesday. Republican Senator Larry Bucshon, a former heart surgeon, was aboard the train Wednesday when it collided with a stationary truck at a railway junction. Bucshon rushed to provide medical assistance to those injured and comfort the families affected by the crash. Other noteworthy passengers of the train traveling to the Republican legislative retreat include Congresswoman Susan Brooks and Senator Todd Young. In an interview, Bucshon expressed his sadness for the families affected and hopes that this experience will remind lawmakers that bipartisan cooperation amidst tragedy is essential for the country. And in national news, the ongoing debacle in Washington over whether or not to release a confidential FBI memo regarding misconduct in the investigation of Trump's campaign ties with Russia continues this week. President Trump has continually mentioned his support of its release, revealing before his State of the Union address on Tuesday that he is, quote, 100% behind releasing it. Members of FBI, on the other hand, worry that its release could be compromising national security matters. Director Christopher Wray stated in an interview that he has grave concerns about its effect on the country. Democrats and others who side with the FBI argue that the Republicans are attempting to shield Trump from a legitimate crime committed during his campaign. They believe this release of the memo is driven by political bias and skews the FBI's actions. While it is still uncertain if the FBI memo will be released, we can expect to see updates on this as early as next week. This concludes your morning news segment. For CHTV, I'm Ben Heber. Be sure to stay tuned for more updates on Carmel News online on our YouTube and Instagram pages. Now back to our host.
Thanks, Ben. The following is scheduled for Monday, February 5th. Global Giving will meet after school in H208. Well, Carmel High School is filled with many different activities and talents, one specifically the art department. Let's take an inside look at the life of a Greyhound artist, Sydney Remble.
I'm Sydney Remble and I like to paint. Typically I draw and paint mostly with colored pencil or oil paint, and they're usually portraits. I learned how to paint last year. I had an independent study, so Mr. Murray taught me how to paint. This year I make it every other day, and then I have to take it home a lot to finish art. I've taken drawing 1 through 4, and now I'm in AP Studio Art because you have more freedom of expression. In middle school I took drawing and painting, and the middle school art teacher really got me into drawing, and I wanted to see what else I could do. When I don't have inspiration, I typically look at photos on Instagram or any social media, and then I try to replicate photos like that, or I talk to Mr. Murray and other students in my class. They make me feel good mostly, and usually they're all very supportive and encouraging with my art. The most rewarding part is showing your artwork in different shows, and then people can look at it, and also when people ask you to paint things for commission. Last year I got a gold key for Scholastics, so that was the highest level of honorship you can get in the Scholastics art and writing contest. For a while I planned on attending art college, but honestly I don't think I'm going to make enough money. So that's probably not going to happen anymore. To balance art in school, usually art's more of an escape, so I do it in between homework and I find a lot of joy in it. I hope my art impacts people, specifically younger people, so they can be inspired to try drawing and painting too.
Seniors, don't forget that the local scholarships list in your Family Connections account. Many new scholarships have actually come in recently, such as the Riverview Bray Scholarship for students interested in pursuing healthcare, or the Hamilton County Federated Republican Women's Scholarship for students interested in politics and the legislative process. Log into your Family Connection account now and start applying for these amazing scholarships. Be sure to check back as often as new scholarships arrive daily.
If you're interested in learning more about military academies as an option after high school, be sure to attend the CHS Military Academy program during SRT in the Media Center. Students grades 9 through 11 who are interested in attending must get a pass from the Freshman Counseling Office or the Main Counseling Office.
CHS is offering a West Coast College tour this summer from June 10th to 15th for any interested students in grades 9, 10, and 11. See the sights of San Francisco and LA while touring campuses like Stanford, UCLA, and USC, and more. If you want to know more, come to an informational meeting on Thursday, February 8th during SRT. Just stop by the CHS Counseling Office to get a pass. Questions about the summer 2018 West Coast College Tour can also be directed to Mrs. Steffen in the Counseling Office.
If you are interested in auditioning for the CHS production of The Little Mermaid, there will be an informational meeting Thursday, February 22nd at 3:30 in E57, 157. Auditions will be held Tuesday, February 27th after school in the auditorium and are open to any CHS students. Stop by P118 with any questions.
The deadline to order your copy of the 2017-2018 Pinnacle Yearbook is February 15th. Don't miss your chance to get a copy. Yearbooks can be ordered online at www.carmelyearbook.com for $52, or you can pick up the order form outside of C145. Yearbooks are only available via pre-order, so make sure this is a deadline you don't miss.
So, now the big surprise that we've been talking about, we are going to open up a new segment called Hound of the Day, where we introduce a dog that we're going to feature on the show. Griffin?
Yeah, Neil, I mean, this dog of the day is truly a special one. We have a lot of submissions, and we are actually asking for your submissions as we keep moving on. We want to see what you have to do, and we're actually going to do that in just a few minutes. But first, let's send it over to some in-studio and video announcements.
What's up, Greyhounds? Jared and Steven here to let you know that the GCOM call-out meeting for sophomores and juniors who look to be GCOMs and council members next year is going to be first session of SRT on Monday, February 12th.
If you guys are interested, make sure you come out. We can't wait to see you there.
Thanks.
Hi, we are from Fashion Forward, which sponsors the Third Phase Women's Shelter. Starting next week, we'll be collecting canned goods and gently used clothing outside of E229. Since Valentine's Day is around the corner, we'll also be making and selling Valentine's Day bracelets for your special someone or your best friend. So if you're interested, you guys can DM us at CHS Fashion Forward for more information. Each bracelet is $5, and we'll be making them up till Valentine's Day.
Hello, Carmel. I'm Jayana from Carmel Mayor's Youth Council, and today marks just 2 weeks from our annual dodgeball tournament. On Friday, February 16th, you and your friends will be able to compete in the dodgeball tournament, which all goes to benefit the American Diabetes Association. So if you or your friends are interested, forms are now in the activities office. And remember, limited spots are open, so make sure you get down there ASAP.
Didn't invite her to the party? Of course not. Why would I invite you to the party?
You're such an attention whore. You're so annoying.
You'll never be good enough.
Shut up. No one cares.
Why would anyone ever like you?
You have no purpose. You literally add such a bad vibe.
You're ugly, you have no friends. Really hope you're not invited.
And you bring nothing. Nothing.
Well, Neil, now it's the moment we've all been waiting for. Now it's time for our Hound of the Week. Neil, this is going to be, I think, one of our favorite segments.
I'm very excited about this. You know, a genuine idea, a great idea at the studio to just kind of throw in a dog video, especially just to brighten your Friday. But, yeah, so Lucy is the dog's name. Tiny little fella, little pupper.
A little pupper. She is just the cutest, isn't she? Let's pull up a video. Oh, look at Lucy right there. Oh my, and she's going to get the classic tennis ball. Lucy is just the cutest dog. She's a Dachshund Beagle, and she just has the littlest legs. She is just so precious, Neil.
So precious. I love dogs. Great way to end the Friday, and we hope you all have a great weekend. Carmel, and we will see you next week.
But if you want to see more stories like what you saw today, be sure to check out our YouTube channel, CHTV Carmel Television, or follow us on Instagram at Carmel TV.
For CHTV, this has been Neil Walker Simmons
and Griffin Gonzalez signing off. Have a great weekend, Greyhounds.